G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. Kingston Biscuits today. Season 1, Episode 12. Distractions. Previously, I hear my voice continuing to speak.
Did you know that ice cream has to be kept in a freezer? Otherwise, it will not be ice cream, just cream.
In my thoughts, I ask, Ambrielle, why are you saying these things with my voice? Ambrielle answers,
Distractions.
and I can see that she is amused. Continued. I decide to concentrate on Dr. Ivan, Linda, and the two women. I connect to all their minds and speak with them individually in their thoughts at the same time. It is so freeing to use my mind like this. It feels like I have not done this in such a long time. I ask Dr. Ivan and Linda to hide along with their children in a nearby janitor's room until people who will get out of the elevator in a moment walk past. One of the other women is scared she will be discovered and is sitting back in the chair she was in before. She would like to appear to any lab assistants that she has not moved and is like the other three women, still sitting plugged in. I explained to her at length how I can help her over and over again, and she could be free from this place along with the children she has assigned to her, but she has no real connection to anyone, including the children she gave birth to. And she seems to like the programming that runs her life. I understand that part of the programming is to like the programming. However, all those mechanical thoughts have been pushed aside. Is this really her wanting this? Why would anyone choose to live a mind-controlled life? I will return to speak to her thoughts as many times as it takes until the last moment that I can see her plan is to ignore me, and she keeps saying one thing over and over again in her thoughts, that she is happy in her misery. It makes no sense to me. Is that part of the programming? Has her mind just accepted it? Well, this is interesting, I suppose. I can still hear Ambrielle talking about ice cream with my voice. I wonder if we have done this sort of thing before. I do not remember this ever happening, do I? My memories. How does an angel speak with my voice? Is she an angel? How does an angel know so much about ice cream? Maybe she is not an angel. But if she is not, what is she? When Ambrielle stops talking for a moment, which takes quite a while, the mangler asks,
"What are you thinking now?"
I hear my voice answer,
I am thinking about birds. Did you know that magpies are a highly regarded songbird? They have a wide variety of different calls, even though they all sound similar to humans. Magpies pitch can vary over multiple octaves.
The other woman followed Dr. Ivan and Linda into the room where they picked up their children, and they hurried out after asking if she would like to go with them. She had already decided to go with them until she saw her own two children were also in this room. So she changed her mind and said that she would make her own plans with me, because we would both like to rescue more than only her children.
The magpie can also mimic many other birds, even cats and dogs.
This woman's name is Melinda.
No magpies live in close proximity to humans.
That is unusual spelling with a Y. However, she is usually called Mel.
They can also mimic human speech.
Mel and I concentrate on working out what to do. We speak in our thoughts at length regarding the plan we decide on for her and others. We would like to make sure that others can escape along with her. I am surprised that Mel hears me so well in her thoughts. It makes me wonder if I should try again with Lola. I know which children and the men and women they are assigned to. However, I am not really sure how I know. It is so easy to communicate with the thoughts of these children while they are unconscious, with these earphones on. Although I am not sure they will remember these conversations when they wake up. There are baby boys laying in small cots, and I am reminded of my baby on the surface, and wonder if this also happens to us. The children in this room seem to be in pairs, an older sister and a younger brother. Only 3 pairs of these children will remain. It is their choice. They all have strong connections with their assigned parents and do not want to be separated from them. I wonder if I will be able to help them and their families one day. I think the plan that Mel and I came up with so far is good. I may need to delay the lab assistants returning to the rooms until after we have executed our plan. I am hoping I can coordinate everything very quickly, so that will not be necessary. I think I can.
Magpies have only black and white feathers. You could call them monochromatic. Not like the rainbow lorikeet. They are blue and green and yellow and orange and red. They have orange beaks too. They like to travel in pairs, but sometimes fly in flocks
The
too.
mangler is going backwards and forwards between all the machines that make up this contraption. He is checking all the data and trying to mask his confusion. Apparently the data does not correlate well with simple thoughts about birds or ice cream.
Hey!
I hear Ambrielle in my thoughts.
These are very complex thoughts about birds and ice cream.
Ambrielle continues talking, using my voice.
If birds ate ice cream, it would be too cold for them. Maybe freeze their beaks. I do not think they would like all of the flavours of ice cream. Grass-flavoured ice cream does not exist. Maybe they would like fruit flavours or nut flavours.
Thankfully, Dr. Ivan and Linda are following my requests. I see their thoughts, and they are realising that they could not do this without me.
The kookaburras would probably laugh so loud after they try it for the first time. The galahs and cockatoos would be screeching about how delicious ice cream is all day, and the magpies could sing about it. Then we can hear their beautiful, unique songs.
Other people exit the elevator, and I keep the elevator door open for them until they can get in. I am not really sure how I do this. I just think about it and see myself doing it in my mind.
Maybe someone could create ice cream flavours for all the birds. There are already many different berry flavours and some nut flavours.
Dr. Ivan and his family are now headed for the surface.
Maybe there could be seed and grass and worm flavours too.
Ambrielle continues talking. She seems to think it is fun. Whatever fun is.
You know that saying, the early bird catches the worm? Maybe it should be the early bird gets the ice cream. And then there would be so many more early birds because ice cream is so delicious. Anyone would get up early for ice cream.
I would like to taste ice cream one day. I wonder if it tastes as nice as apricots. She eventually stops when the kettle whistles and ends by saying,
The kettle has boiled.
The mangler watches the kettle float to the coffee cup. I make it pour the boiled water in, and the mangler stays well away from the table. I would not spill it on him. Doesn't he know that? It is unusual to have the fridge and tables set up in the rooms for use of making beverages, but the mangler insists on this in certain rooms he frequently visits. All others who work here have to wait for the tea ladies to make their rounds with the trolley, to get a hot drink and a biscuit or scone. I return the kettle and the mangler approaches the table. I open the fridge in the back corner of the room and move the milk bottle in the air across to the table. I hear my voice ask,
"Would you like milk?"
I pour some in the top of the cup without waiting for an answer. I already know he has milk in his coffee. Then put the milk back, close the fridge door and stir the coffee. I hear Ambrielle in my thoughts.
"You could make it fancy and swirl the spoon again."
I swirl the spoon around in front of him, then place it gently on the table.
Good girl.
Says the mangler.
But you should have stirred the coffee before the milk went in.
I hear my voice answer.
"Actually, this is how Stella from your office makes your coffee. She thinks it makes it creamier when it is stirred after the milk is in the cup. You like it that way."
He is a bit surprised and annoyed, but picks it up and takes a sip. I can see in his mind that he thinks it is perfect. He says,
"You could have done better."
Then remembers that he wants me to bond with him, so quickly adds,
"Good for your first time."
He has not decided if he will go through with the systematic memory purge on me. He wants to control me to the point that his every whim will be immediately satisfied by me. More than that, he is hoping to find a way to remove my mind ability from me and have it for himself. And he is wondering if he would need me to be willing for that to happen. Either way, he wants to use it for his nefarious purposes and wants it intact.
My abilities will always be intact. They are a part of me. They are not separate things that can be dismantled or removed.
I heard you in my mind. The mangler takes another sip of his coffee. Then the phone rings and he answers it. I can see from his thoughts that he is being informed of what is happening in the enormous chasm beneath us. A barricade has been set up on the 77th level, and no one can get down to the lowest levels. He calls for immediate lockdown. This means that every person besides security must go to their designated rooms and lock the doors. They have to remain there until they are given the all clear. The mangler, however, is exempt from these rules. Alvar and Blas enter the room as soon as they hear the lockdown noise repeating and lock the door. Immediately I know that Dr. Ivan is stuck in the elevator and all elevators have been disabled. What am I going to do? I am the one who told Dr. Ivan to leave so that he will live. I would like to stop what the mangler has in mind for those 3 scientists, including Dr. Ivan, from happening. Such pain, such torment. Why should their lives be taken from them? I have to do something to help them avoid enduring all that excruciating agony that the mangler has in mind. Until they just can't hold on any longer and their lives slip away. I have got to help Dr. Ivan. I would not like them to find him and his family in that elevator. Oh, his family. What will they do to them? I have to do something. I have to save them. But what can I do? I see that Linda is sitting on the floor in the back corner of the elevator, hugging her little sleeping son close to her and rocking him side to side. She is thinking that she will treasure this brief moment with her precious little boy for as long as it lasts. She looks at her daughter and her husband and wonders if this is the last time she will see them. Dr. Ivan is sitting next to Linda, cross-legged with his daughter on his lap, trying to make her as comfortable as possible, keeping her off the cold floor. He is regretting his actions. He wishes that he stayed in the lab and they were not involved. He is quietly saying code words from years ago.
Ricky Rat, Rinny Rat, Blue Toe, Ronald Drake, Maisie She-Drake, Stooge McDrake, Hooey, Huey and Bluey.
Knowing that they probably would not be used anymore, but hoping that he can at least tell his children that he loves them. He cannot remember ever saying it to them, and is hoping that it is not too late now. Dr. Ivan puts his arm around Linda. She sighs and rests her head on his shoulder. He whispers to her,
I love you.
Through her quiet sobs, she whispers back,